Lakefront luxury ranch near Charlotte, 55 plus living. What a way to live. And this is Imagery at Mountain Island. You know, when they first began building over here off of land that Lennar bought from the Becklers Little Italy, that's what this was called. This artist colony was known as Little Italy. You see the boot right there? Let's just go in a little bit. There's Italy right there turned on its side. And they thought these last lots were going to be custom homes that they would sell off to other builders to build on. By the way, on the other side over here is the green. That's the Latta Preserve. It's a nature preserve, really worth going to. And yet right here you can take a nice stroll along the lake. They've got lakeside kind of walking paths, pretty cool. So they thought these were going to be kind of selling at the early part, going to be custom, down the road, blah, blah, blah. Well, Lennar held on to them, and they've got in their portfolio, besides their sort of regular ranch homes, they've got this sort of luxury, higher end, bigger ceilings, taller doors, you know, and the Abbott plan, which if you stick around to the end of this video, I'll show you a tour I did of that a few years ago called What the Beatles Could Learn from Lennar Homes Abbott plan. What the Beatles could learn. They just came out with their newest single. You heard that. So let's kind of go through their pictures of this. Now, here's what I would love for you to do is to ask me to go shoot a full motion video tour of this exact house. If you're an $700,000 buyer, price is $719. And in fact, the price just went down on it. So I know they're probably nearing their end of their fiscal year. They'd like to move it. So if you want me to go shoot it, now you notice it is a little bit of a distance from the actual water. A couple that I helped move here from St. Louis, they built several years ago, and it was a waterfront, but it basically is more of a water view, because not that you could really go right down. This is kind of elevated. But the way I remember them framing this was that these lots were going to be very deep. So probably it's really 0.91 acres, almost an acre, 0.91, and probably goes to the water if not. But there's, of course, there's a buffer there from Duke. You know, Duke used to have not too far from this. In fact, if you've ever driven in down onto this, you've seen the remains of the Duke coal ash, where they finally took out all that old coal ash. And of course, the Catawba River Keepers Consumer Awareness Group was really monitoring it very closely, and good for them. So there's that Latta Nature Preserve right there. Really neat place to go. And you got to kind of go around. You really kind of have to go down 16 and then come back around to get there, but it's worth it. Really cool. So if you're a 719K buyer and you like the idea of that, ask me to go shoot a video tour of it. Let's come up with the pictures here in just a second, just to be real clear about where that one is. They were building up and down Pollock. Rodney Jones and I were there not long ago. So here it is back on that back row there, baby. And that could be you, right? So you want to call me, 704-345-3400. Well, Imagery at Mountain Island Lake. They've got their pool in. And again, the lake is right on the other side of this. They've got that all operational. Right next to it is the building that the actual Becklers had as their cabin retreat home. The Becklers, if you don't know the name, basically started the Beckler Museum of Modern Art. That's cool, right in uptown Charlotte on what I call Museum Row. But now these old buildings, I'm so glad they repurposed them, just like they did down at Treetops, kept some of the history there and used some artist names for some of the places. So you got pickleball and tennis, and shout out to Kim, who's head of the pickleball club. Now here down, they have places where you can go down to the water, and there's just kind of a place for old folks to gather. That's what we do. I live in a 55 plus. My wife and I are digging it to the max. It's something that you really, if you don't understand it, you won't probably until you come here. When I say here, there are a number of 55 plus, and the brand new Del Webb has just been announced, Del Webb Riverside, over by Belmont. That's going to be great. But boy, what the magic of the waterfront. So there's the Avid plan. You can tell from the topo, it's on a pretty high crawl there. You've got your front porch. You've got this expanded, large room from the kitchen all the way to where the glass doors are there on the right. And then looking the other way towards there, you do have an upstairs here with a bed and a bath upstairs. Now this is where the money is right here. This extra little room, kind of like a sunroom. That is neat. And there it is looking straight on, windows on 3 sides. That's kind of some of the secret sauce that really opens it up as a luxury ranch home. And so 1 bedroom and 1 bath up, 2 bedrooms and 2 baths down. And again, it's their higher end with the 4 hinge doors. So again, that's got a vault. So it's nice. But the 4 hinge doors, you can see them right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an 8-foot door, 10-foot ceiling. It's much more of a luxury type ranch. And by the way, did I say that it's right there on the water, the Avid plan. So guys, if you're interested in relocating to the greater Charlotte area, nice shower. And, or even if you have a home to sell here, we can help you with it, help you both buy and sell in North and South Carolina, both sides of the North Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina. What I was looking at on that last one was the topo on that. It does go down, and so it's kind of curved back that way. But it looks like you have some substantial backyard, and there are all kinds of activities, different from, you know, like a Del Webb or that has sort of a traditional clubhouse, or like a Coulter, Crestwind, Wesley Chapel. This one they played off into the artist colony buildings, like the Beckler's house right next to the pool. And then they've got the sales center that they originally sold out of. That's now an amenity. In fact, that might be it right there. Then they have several little cottages that were artists' cottages that artists would come and create. Just to let you know, the Becklers are from, I think, Switzerland. And people, as he was a kid, Andreas Beckler, people like, I don't know, some of those names, you know, like Picasso might knock on the door. So they were all about the artists, and same here. And so you do have power lines, you have power towers, but anytime you're near one of our 3 lakes, Lake Norman, this is Mountain Island Lake, or Lake Wiley, they were built for hydroelectric power. So the math on that. So guys, give me a call. We'd love to be your buyer agent. I've got a great team of buyer agents. 704-345-3400. Hit subscribe, like, share the stuff the kids in the basement do, and I'll see you in the next video. Holla at your boy.